Hi everybody, I would like to follow up on a video I made a few weeks back, and that was about my Ricoh GR and the dust issues I had with it. And I'm happy to announce that after a while the camera is back. So my beloved Ricoh GR, my favorite street photography camera, is actually back. And I want to take the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about why I love this camera so much, and I prefer it to other cameras that might be more modern and more rich in features, like the Lumix GM1 that I have, or the Sony RX100 Mark III that I'm filming this on. And the reason why I love the Ricoh so much, let me take off the finder, is because like in my preference for Leica in terms of like general purpose cameras, it allows you to focus on the essential more than other cameras. Because I realized that in especially in street photography, the more options you have, the more you will be distracted from your actual photography. Now, if you take a camera like the Lumix, for example, and just to start it, you have to turn it on, then open or extend the lens if you have a zoom lens, or take off the lens cap, and then you will zoom on what you want to focus on and everything, and then you have a touch screen and all this kind of stuff. And the same thing is for the RX100, which I love very much, but you turn it on, you have a zoom lens, you will have to adapt the zoom, the focal length to the situation you're in, or you will want to do it because you have the possibility of doing that. You could leave it as it is, but you won't, because since you have this opportunity, this possibility, you will play with it. And playing with it means getting distracted from the essential. With a camera like the Ricoh, what you will actually do is you turn it on, you're on your 28mm focal length, and you will work with that. So basically, once the camera is on, you take the shot. Another thing, or other things that I love about the camera, are the image quality is really good. It's not the best you can get, because obviously there are better out there, but I would say in general use, it's better than any other compact camera that I have. It's the largest sensor. It's an APS-C sized sensor, so it's larger than the Micro Four Thirds sensor. It's larger than the 1-inch sensor in the Sony. And it renders really nicely. So even in low light, even at high ISOs, and I go all the way up with the camera. Maybe in post-processing I will have to fix a few things in an extreme situation, or I like to do that anyway. I might convert to black and white, but you will really get, even at the highest ISO settings, you will get usable street shots with the Ricoh. And that's not always the case with other cameras. And really what I like about it is also the possibility to do a lot manually, or preset many things. I'm not the fully manual type of person. I don't think that you should constrain yourself unnecessarily if you have the possibility. But for example, I don't know if you have not used it yet, you might not know, but there's this setting. Let me see if I can show it to you. No, I cannot, probably. Maybe I will do some close-ups in another video. But you can set the camera to TAV, and TAV means you preset the speed and the aperture and leave the ISO setting to automatic. So in some cameras you can do that, in this one you can, which means that, for example, for street photography, you can set a relatively high speed and you can set a not too tight depth of field setting, like 5.6 or even 8, and it will set the ISO accordingly, and you will get well exposed shots that will really be perfect for that kind of photography. The settings will be kind of perfect for that kind of photography. So again, I love this camera for the same reason I like the Leicas, because it forces you to focus on the essential, and it doesn't distract you with many options, let's say. Because the more options you have, the more time you will spend setting your camera, and the less time you will spend taking pictures. That's my personal opinion. I do have cameras that have many options, and sometimes for playing around I use them, but I very often realize that when it's about going out and taking pictures, I go back to the essentials and either use my Ricoh for compact pocket camera, hoping that the dust issues will not come up again, and my Leicas for more, elaborate work. Just a little more, one more detail. It seems like they actually exchanged the whole optical unit of the camera. I don't know why. I don't know if that's standard processes. So they, basically take the camera, take out a module, and exchange it. But what they really did was exchange the optical unit, meaning the lens and the sensor assembly, and put in a new one. So I hope maybe if the dust issue was a production related thing, that might be solved through a more current version of that same module or element. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like. If you have any questions about the cameras, this one or the other ones that I'm using, I would be happy to try and answer them or discuss them with you. Subscribe if you like, and hope to see you back here soon. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.